So.
Hang on, wind noise.
Okay.
All right.
Where are we headed?
We're headed to the beach.
And what's different about this trip?
Look behind us.
You see a white box.
The Tidewood is on its official starting voyage.
Let's see if I can see it in the rearview mirror. A little bit.
Lights.
Yay for the Tidewoods.
Lights.
This is exciting.
Sorry for the wind noise. It's been windy here the entire time we've been here at the beach. But the Tidewoods is officially roadworthy and is on its first camping trip. We made it to South Beach State Park out of Newport for a night family campout, and it's been a great time. Now it's just me and my brother at the end of the trip, but we made it. The trailer towed wonderfully, no issues at all. The electric brakes work really well. If anything, I might take the gain down a little bit. I think I have the gain too high. Noticed a huge difference when I took the trailer off and was just braking with just the truck. So they worked great. The stabilizers, they deployed really nice, really quick. I did this trip tie them at the end just to keep the strap up off the ground so it doesn't get wet. But the stabilizer arms themselves came down really easy. The straps really tightened it up well. The block arm stabilizers, I've got them on opposing corners. They worked really well, no issues there. And I tightened up the wheel chocks, also helped. Use a 3/4 inch wrench. Pretty much everything's 3/4 on here. For electricity, I put a notch in one of the openings, and you'll probably notice the caulking smeared on there. I did a ring of caulk before I put the boards back on, so hopefully they're sealed, no bugs, and hopefully no moisture can get in there. So we are plugged into the outlet, so we do have electric. Double checked all our lighting. All our lighting worked great, and really happy with the way that it has been working. Well, let's take it inside and see how we got it set up. Welcome inside. So one of the things that Sonia really wanted when we built this trailer is lots of windows. We have 7 windows. Everybody that has come to look at our trailer has commented about how many windows we have. We love all the windows. Sonia made these temporary curtains. There's just a simple button on a loop of string to hold them up. At night we let those down. They do help block things out really well. So as far as layout goes, there's the front door with my really cool custom scrap pipe insulation gasket around the outside to help with wind and bugs, and it has helped. I know it's not waterproof, but that's yet to come. I've got to finish insulating and sheeting the inside so then I can build a permanent trim around the door with a real good seal, but that'll be down the road. But as you come in the door, the kitchen will be where this table is. Our intent is to have a permanently mounted sink and then open counter space next to it that we can use the electric skillet. We have an electric skillet we carry. And we have a single burner butane camp stove we could put up here. Of course, we'd open the window, and right above the kitchen is our vent fan. That is for both the bathroom. The bathroom door will have a gap of a couple inches at least at the top of it to allow airflow, so that we can use this for both our bathroom and our kitchen. And of course the countertop will be taller than the table is. It'll be standard kitchen countertop, which I think is 36 inches high. And then of course there'll be storage below. Our microwave will be mounted below the countertop as well, and that's where all our kitchen stuff will be. For this trip, we did storage bins and an extra cooler for dry stuff. It's worked out really well. This corner is the bathroom, and right now our toilet is in the bathroom. Of course, the toilet's where the shower goes, but right now, with how things are, we'll show that here in a bit, the bed does not sit where the bed will sit, so it pushes everything over. We don't have the room to put the toilet where it belongs, and I don't have the shower pan yet, but once I have it insulated and sheeted in here, we've got it painted, the first thing Sonia wants me to really concentrate on is the bathroom, so that will be one of the first things we do along with the bed frame. But it's worked out really well. We've got the base on the toilet that it snaps to, and it's held it really well, had no issues towing. The toilet stayed just fine. We've got the fridge freezer cooler. As you can tell, it's got a ratchet strap down the middle, eye bolts on both sides. What's nice is even with the ratchet strap, you can still easily open both sides because the ratchet strap is just the right width for that. And the cooler will be over a foot further towards the bed. The problem is, for the bed, we are using our elk hunting cabin wall tent bed cot, which is a queen size bed frame. And because the bed frame legs are caught by the 45-degree angle on the bottom of the back of the trailer, the bed frame cannot go all the way against the wall where the bed frame will sit when the framing's done that far. So when we move the bed back, we'll then have room for the cooler and all that, because you know, you move the cooler over a little bit, that's where our wardrobe and pantry is going to be, along that wall. And then over here is our microwave for this trip, and a couple of TV stands. We use those because I was going to bring another 4-foot table, but again, because the bed sticking out too far, it wouldn't fit. So we used two TV trays to set the microwave on. The microwave will eventually, of course, be over in the kitchen. And then this area here will be our dinette area, which I still have a lot of planning and designing before I build that to go. For this trip, that extension cord comes through the board that I left the notch on, and then it plugs into a power strip, and that power strip powers all of our stuff, our electric skillet, microwave, the heater. We just have to be careful with the power strip because it's only 15 amp, not to use more than one heavy draw item at a time. So if the heater's on, we don't run the microwave or the electric skillet. Vice versa, if we're running the microwave, nothing else is on, we only use one appliance at a time. What I'd like to do as we move forward is to have 2 circuits off of a 30 amp plug, one of them going to a 15 amp service in the kitchen so we could run the microwave or the electric skillet or the electric tea kettle, and then another 15 amp circuit coming into the dining cabinet so we could plug in the space heater. So when we're at a place like this that has hookups, they have electric and water on these sites, no sewer. The dump station's up by the main entrance. But that way I could have 2 circuits and we could run the space heater and one other implement at the same time, as long as they're on different circuits. Can't do that right now just with the way things are set up. And we used a lot of small storage bins. Sonia marked them all so we know what's in each one. It's working pretty good. I mean, I know there's a lot of work left to go to have this thing finished, but our intent is we have a spare room in the house, and we are going to organize that so that all of this stuff goes to a spot in that room so we know exactly where it is. We can grab it relatively easy and restock the trailer and go on trips, because we want to start using this now that it's up and running. but I cannot leave all of this stuff in here while I'm working on it because I'm going to be drilling and sanding and making messes, and we don't want our camping stuff all messed up. So I need to pull it all out to work on it and then put it all back to go camping with it. But another thing we did is we got these lights off of an idea from Destination Adventure. Got a remote control for them. They work out really well. We've had to recharge them once already. This is day 5 or 6. We had to recharge them for that. But the only thing I found with them that I would like to see different, and I'm gonna try to take some sandpaper and rough up the inside of this cup and the outside of this ball because it is so slick and the magnet's not strong enough. It won't stay put very well. So that's the only downfall I've seen with these lights. We may try a different set if we can find some with better reviews, but that's the only thing I've been unhappy with those lights. But they do work. It's amazing how much light they produce, just the 2 little lights like that. Yeah, so it's worked out really well. No issues with the lights, no issues with the brakes. It tracked really, really nice and smooth down the highway. Super happy with it. We are pleased as punch with how it's been working out so far, and looking forward to moving forward on it, getting more stuff done, and getting out there and doing more camping with it. So one other thing we've been doing for this trip is we have a book. Sonia already had this one on hand, and I intend on using this for memories with the Tidewood. So we have our first one for here for Newport, and we went over the Aquina Bay Bridge to get here, and we're going to start filling this up. It's empty now, but I'm hoping to fill this up with all kinds of memories with this trailer, and looking forward to sharing those. I don't know. See him on the outside there. $40-50 yards. there.
I see 'em.
And another one over there. They're all over. Getting all hooked up, ready to head out of South Beach, head back home. One thing I do like about this Chevy, I don't know if I've shared it before, but we'll do it again, is when you put on a trailer, you've got a start light test. You hit that button, and you don't have to have another person out here looking at your lights. You can watch your lights. It'll cycle through. It even does the reverse if you happen to have reverse lights. So it'll did brakes, it'll do left next. Then it'll do right. Then if I had reverse, it would do reverse, which I don't, and then brakes.
That's pretty cool. I hadn't seen that before.
And another note is on the trip here, we got 14 miles to the gallon. We did do a little driving here, but all the driving we did here was really, I mean, Newport's only a mile and a half away, so we didn't do a whole lot of driving without the trailer, but we did some. But our fuel mileage calculated at the pump was 14. We live at 3,000 feet. The pass is over 4,000 feet. And then we come down to, of course, 0 feet. And we're going to be heading back home, and most of the way is going to be uphill, so we'll see how we do then. But really happy with how the Tidewood did this trip. The stabilizers seem to work really well. I mean, at this point in time, I don't have any complaints other than I don't have it finished yet, but we'll keep working on it. It'll happen. And we're back from South Beach. We're going to find out how well this poor man's fiberglass cleans up. We sure do have a lot of bugs on here. It'll also give me a chance to test the waterproofness of the windows, which I still haven't done yet. But I'm a little worried to do it because my doors aren't sealed, but you know, it is what it is. We gotta spray some water and make sure what I have installed is waterproof. On the way back, of course, it's mostly uphill, going over the pass, going from sea level all the way up to over 4,000 feet. And we didn't get as good a gas mileage. We got 12.6. We did have to do a little backtracking there, but no big deal. But it did put a few more miles on the trip. But we did good, 12.6, average 13.3 miles to the gallon there and back. A little bit better than the R-Pod. Not a lot better, but a little better. And I mean, the trailer's not broke in yet, brand new brakes, all of that. I will say that I know I didn't do a whole lot on the park itself there at South Beach. I did that in a previous video, and I will link that video down in the description below. Super excited to have this thing working, being able to take it out camping. I just can't wait for the next planned camp trip, which we don't have right now. We got to get on the scheduler and do some work on that, but super happy with it. It did great. It towed great. No issues with the lights, no issues with the brakes. The layout's not completely what we want exactly, but it's close, and it worked out really well. I'm really stoked. Super pleased. As always, thanks for coming along and watching our videos, and we'll see you on the next adventure.